Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You're a little quiet, but I can adjust that.
Can everybody hear me?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Nobody can hear you.
I can hear you, but you're also not very. Let's see.
Well, that's got to be you, Art, because he sounded great to me. So.
Yeah, okay. Let
Okay.
me make a few adjustments there.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
3, 4, 5.
Volumes seem proper to me, so
Yeah. If anything, you actually sound a little loud to me, Steve. But
okay.
I wouldn't mess with it. It's fine. It's all good. So what's going
Hmm.
on?
Okay, that's working.
Anything new with anybody?
Oh, you're sounding better now.
Okay. I didn't make any changes at all. So.
Well, I think I fooled around over here. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Nothing new going on here. Been doing
Well,
a lot more 3D printing.
that's kind of new.
The only thing that's going on here is it's hotter than the hinges of Hades.
Yeah. I got my electric bill. I'm not happy.
So everybody I know is talking about their power bill.
Yeah.
I've been on even billing now for like 4 years. And I mean, since we moved into this place, and it went up like $3 from year 1 to 2, and another $2 from 2 to 3. This year I got my bill and it went down by $1 a month.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on. I don't feel like I'm using any less power, though I will give, in the last year, the youngest son moved out, so he had one computer that was basically just on the entire time. But
Right.
honestly, he didn't use much power. Probably one load of laundry.
Well.
He looked perplexed.
I am. So I had my moving message sign thing
Uh-huh.
working. Everybody saw it. It was working. And now it is not working.
Where was this moving message sign?
At one of the meetings.
Okay.
It's moving.
I thought he was talking about something on Zoom.
Oh, no. Yes, that particular one is working. I'm going to I made a change to it. I'm going to I tried something different and I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have left it well enough alone.
Well, now is this thing driven by an Arduino or what?
Yeah, well, an ESP32.
Okay.
One of these
Yeah.
things. Yeah. And I had it updating um, the time. It would show the time and a joke and a random message of the day. And it was doing all kinds of cool stuff. And now I made some changes and now it's working again. It's very interesting. So I have found a second project, a different project to make that they were using, and they were sending the message string to the sign a slightly different way than I was, and I think that ended up causing problems because I changed it to closer to what I was using, and now everything's back to working. So
Cool.
I can't read it, it's backwards.
So who's writing the jokes is what I.
That looks like something coming out of the Fortune program.
Yeah, kinda. It's a web API, and so far I've seen a bunch of dad jokes. Just it should give that we're under a air quality alert here soon too.
Yeah, apparently we're getting stuff imported from Canada.
There it is. Air quality advisory in effect.
Until
Midnight Friday.
so they have it on good authority that the air quality is going to improve on Friday.
I doubt it. We've been under a air quality advisory for like 3 days. They keep moving the goalpost.
One of the things that I hate about our clock, Midnight Friday, is that coming up in 7 hours? Or is that in 24 plus 7 hours?
That's an interesting question.
I really don't feel like 0 should be a time, but it is.
Well,
My guess is that they do AQIs for 1 day, and so they go midnight to midnight. So Thursdays ends when Friday begins. But I don't know that.
for the air quality, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not real sure how the air quality thing works. I just know that the weather API from our government is, oh my gosh. APIs are supposed to make life easy. That is the most complicated API I've ever used.
Have you ever heard of WTTR dot? What is it? Shoot.
That's .com, .org, .net.
Neither. Hold on.
.in, .in.
.in. Yeah. Just run that as a command, or not as a command, but as a web. Go to that
Yeah.
domain in your browser.
Yeah. That's interesting. It seems to think I'm in Columbus, which I'm not, but it's
So do wttr.in/Middletown, OH, or slash in your zip code.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a little better. So do they actually have an API where you could pull that stuff from, or?
Yes, and this is kind of it. It works with curl.
Yeah.
It works with wget. Works with links or elinks or links or whatnot. W3M. But yes, they do have an API, and there's a link at the bottom for Typhoon.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Wait, no, it isn't.
That's something else, yeah.
Oh, maybe it is. The GitHub lists how that thing works.
Yeah, so what I don't see on that site is our air quality alert.
Hmm.
Which I've actually only found the alert API coming from the National Weather Service. I'm sure there has to be another one somewhere.
Wonder if it's on Wonderground. I'm a huge fan of that site. I love their 10-day forecast layout.
Yeah. Open Weather. I think it's Open Weather.
Yeah.
That was another one that I looked at. Open Metro. Maybe that's it. One of them was you didn't even need an API key. You could just start using it. But it didn't give you the weather alerts. It only gave you the forecasts.
So Wonderground is giving me an AQI right now of 60. I lost it, 67 or 69.
Oh, and Weather Underground actually knows that I'm in Franklin, Ohio.
Oh, that's weird.
Everything else, it seems to think I'm in Columbus.
Huh. Wonder how it did that.
I have no idea, but it does. It says Franklin, Ohio.
Shoot, now there we go. So precipitation is dry for the next 6 hours, high pollen, moderate air quality at 69, and a UV index of very high. Not at the moment, but okay. Actually, that's a thing I talk with people about. They take off their UV sunglasses because it's cloudy. Like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
UV goes right through the clouds.
No. We were many years ago. we were at an auction, and it was overcast and it was kind of crappy, but you could see the sun behind the clouds. And I told Patty, I said, you need to cover up. You're going to get sunburnt. And she went, we're behind clouds. She got so sunburnt. It was not even funny. She burns just by looking at the sun, though, so. She was like, I don't like you.
I could tell you.
Yeah. Tried to tell you, it's worse when the clouds are out because you think that it's not there.
Yep.
Is it NOAA? It's not NOAA. It's just weather.gov. Weather.gov. They've got. I don't necessarily blame them. I mean, they're tracking the entire country, plus some. But their API, when you go to try to use their API and just get what you want, you need to know your SAM code or your area code or whatever. And it's just, oh my goodness. And then they've got two separate APIs for some crazy reason, that one will tell you how many alerts there are and one will tell you what the alerts actually are. So if we were under more than one alert, or if we're under no alert, actually right now the way my code's written, if we're under no alert, it crashes the system and reboots the ESP32. But if I check the one and see how many alerts we're under, I can read all the alerts without any problem. But if I just check for alerts, I'm only going to get the first alert if we're under an alert. It's like, why did you make this so complicated? And then, how many people actually know their SAM code?
Yeah.
You actually gotta go to their website and look that up.
Okay, I'll ask the fundamental question. What the hell is a SAM code?
It is, what does it stand for? It's area specific area messaging something, I don't know. It's what they came up with for the new weather alert system. So if there's like a targeted area for an alert, you program your weather alert radio with that code, and then it will only go off if it receives that code.
Okay.
And usually,
so it's an area identification.
Yeah, it's usually, I mean, if you look at the alerts, like many areas will have the exact same alert. So they're usually just sending a whole bunch of them out anyway. You might as well just have an old weather alert radio that doesn't care. They're usually sending out like if we looked at the API right now, I bet there's probably 24 places that are getting the exact same air quality alert. So it's crazy. I don't necessarily blame. I mean, I guess they're trying to keep everything organized on their level, and they've got, I mean, if you just look at their weather map right on their website, just in Ohio, there's, I don't know, I would say 70 different SAM codes that they've got. And you multiply that across the country, and they've got a lot to track. They've got a lot to keep up with.
So a SAM code identifies a geographic area,
Mm-hmm.
but how big a geographic area are we talking about? Are we talking about a county or
It could get very specific, like down to cities.
okay.
You also tend to be able to use things like airport codes. So CVG would tell you the weather, well, 25 miles away from here.
Well, that's to get the weather. To get the alerts, you need to know your codes. I just found the whole. They could make a really simple API that you put your zip code in and it shoots you the alerts for 20 miles or whatever.
So I'm sitting here. I know my zip code.
Yeah.
I know my township. Zip code is determined by is the modern version of postal zone. How do I get my SAM code?
If you go to their website, weather.gov,
Okay.
and you type in, I think you type in your zip code, your SAM code will be somewhere on that following page. I think. I forgot how I found it. Zone area forecasts. No. Where is it?
Log into your account, navigate to settings, look for the weather SAM code or API keys option.
There it is. If I tell I just Googled it. If I tell Gemini, it gave me my SAM code just like that.
Okay, I got as far as
Just send a link.
say again.
I just sent a link in the meeting chat.
Okay.
Like most things that government does. Yep. It sure did. It gave me the right SAM code. Interesting. Gemini is easier to use than their stupid website.
I'm in Claremont County, which only has one station ID KIH 42 out
Yep.
of Covington.
Yeah.
And my SAM code is 039025. Gives the frequency they transmit on too.
Yeah. So Warren County gets KIH 42 from Covington and WXJ 46 from Dayton, which is the one I usually listen to. I've got the frequencies, and the SAM code is the same code number, 039165. Is my SAM code.
So
For
I
my-
clicked on the KIH42, and that gives me a map that I can click on and zoom in on and stuff,
Yeah.
which makes things much simpler.
Well, they are covering
A lot.
a lot of area, yeah.
It's weird to me that that big splotch isn't really centered on Covington.
It's more like Cincinnati. It's not really even centered on Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's almost centered on Art's Place.
Yeah.
On my place?
Yeah.
On your specific spot.
Okay. Well, mine shouldn't be very far from Steve's, because we're probably, what, 5-6 miles apart, Steve?
Yeah, if that. So there are, so you can see what I'm looking at specifically. I just sent another link in the chat.
What's interesting to me is how that one Waynesville, Wilmington isn't listed for my area, which I absolutely know they cover my area. That's interesting. Here, this is what you get from their alert. This is old because I was trying to figure it out a while ago. But this is a JSON string, a JSON text, and that's my zip or my latitude and longitude, which made it a little easier to zero stuff in. This one doesn't show all the stuff, but there's my code, and there's where I get my broadcasts from. This one. Let me see if I can find the other one. I had one that just showed like a massive amount of stuff that you've got to weed through. And I probably erased it because... Oh, wait. Nope, that's not it. Let's try this.
Your sound went away, Steve. You're on mute. Okay.
I don't know. I must have seen your screen because I thought your station was WXJ64.
WXJ46.
No.
Your dyslexia kicked in.
Yeah.
This is the actual active weather alert API. You pull this mess of information in, and then you've got to sort through it. So there's my SAM code, right there. And then you've got to go, oh, look, it came from Wilmington, Ohio, just like I thought.
Where is Wilmington, Ohio?
What is
Between
that?
Cincinnati and Washington Courthouse. Big airport there that DHL and FedEx use.
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't nearly as bad as it was the other day when we were under a really heat advisory. There were probably 50 different codes just everywhere. But then you get to the actual areas that are affected, and you can use these codes to narrow it in. See, there's a Kentucky code, there's an Indiana code, there's 4 Ohio codes, 3 Kentucky codes, all getting the exact same alert, the air quality. And then you can get a very long explanation of what the alert is, or you could just get the headline, which is what I grabbed because I don't want to display this whole entire thing on the sign. That would be a nightmare. But you see here, there's another alert down here that it also covers my area. It's also another air quality alert, but I wouldn't know that just from looking at this unless I was physically looking at. And then it looks like there is yet another alert. Does it cover my area? Maybe. And that is a special weather statement. Temperatures continue to climb, so yes, it probably covers the area. And then there's another one. There's my number again. Another air quality alert. Another air quality alert. But nowhere in this very long document does it say how many alerts there actually are. That should be up here like in the header. You should just be able to look at that and go, okay, there's 6 alerts in this list of stuff. To get the active alert count is a different API. This is the active alert count, and this is for the entire country. So you've got to narrow it down. You look here, Ohio currently has 50 alerts.
Yay, we win.
Yay! Yeah, we're up there. Texas has 57. So we're second. We're in second place. And then you've got these are codes. So I can narrow it down. I go clear down here into the Ohio code. Luckily, Arduino Jason makes it easy. I can just look for a specific key, so I don't have to weed through all this craplage. I can just look for a specific key, and I don't remember what key it is. I think it's this one. It might be this one. It's probably this one. 173. Ohio 173. you can see here there's 4 alerts, and then you flip back over here to the API and you go, okay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and you pull those out. It's not fun. But it's working. I figured out that when we didn't have an alert, that was when my the whole thing crashed, and I figured that out. So I've got to fix that. I've got a fix for it, but I haven't put it in there yet.
So what is the threshold that gets something declared an alert versus not alert? For example, is there a certain temperature, certain humidity, certain wind velocity? What are the criteria for establishing an alert?
I don't know. We probably could ask Google.
Yeah, life is too short.
Actually, it kind of, the way Google reads it, kind of sounds like it's subjective.
Well, okay. You just roll a dice or what? I mean,
tornadoes, 58 miles per hour wind. Extreme warnings are 80 plus miles an hour wind. There must be some criteria for various things, but it almost reads like it's it almost reads like it's subjective. So air quality, you get the alert if it's measured or forecasted to exceed a score of 100. And then it goes into how they calculate that.
okay.
So from 51 to 100 is a moderate condition. So shouldn't it trigger at 51? I'm just saying. Orange, I guess moderate means it's acceptable, except for people that are highly sensitive. And orange would be 101 to 150 is unhealthy.
Okay. That I understand.
So anything above 100 is would be considered unhealthy. And of course, the higher the number, the more unhealthy it is.
Okay.
So maybe that's why it triggers at 100. There's different kinds of alerts, so let's see.
Wonderground shows the AQI at 69, so that's moderate.
Yeah. Well, if you actually look at some of these alerts, it does actually say it's high, but it's moderate. It's a moderate thing. If you read the long print, it's saying unhealthy for sensitive groups, which would be moderate, a moderate thing. So like a flood, it's how much rainfall occurs within a certain period of time. Flash flooding is quicker. A flood warning is occurring or intimate. So there's different kinds of alerts and different kinds of triggers for them. But the way it reads for like a thunderstorm, it's just, oh yeah, it's going to storm. Let's issue an alert. Okay.
Janice in HR says her arthritis is acting up.
So, I kind of got sidetracked a little bit on this whole sign thing, but thank you, Mr. Steve, for doing all you did the past couple of weeks. You muted yourself again.
I did. Sorry. My pleasure. Those two meeting videos are on the share.
Okay. I figured they would be. I just haven't had a chance to get them yet. But yeah.
I mean, they are published on YouTube or not?
They will be. I gotta grab them from off of Steve's computer.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what is the flow? You're taking a live video in the middle of or one of our meetings. So that goes to somebody's personal computer?
Whoever has the camera hooked up is the one that gets the video. And then when you end the meeting, it converts it to a more compact format.
Okay. And then how does it get on YouTube?
Leroy uploads.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And actually, Steve is a moderator for YouTube too, even though he's never logged in.
Okay.
Steve could just bypass me and upload stuff, but that's all right. I'll
I
do
don't
it.
think I can, but I've never tried.
I looked. You are you are a moderator. I don't remember what user we set up or anything else about it, but I looked.
Okay, so somebody gathers a local video file.
Mm-hmm.
somehow or another that gets transferred from whomever captures it to Leroy. You've got it on your server there someplace, I assume, and then you upload it to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So these other copies that were created along the way, they then get erased.
I actually have every meeting is on a hard drive. Every one of them.
Only one?
Yeah, believe it or not, they're small enough, but this is like a 5 terabyte hard drive, so.
I meant only one hard drive.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm bad. I'm bad at backing stuff up. No, this is actually an 8 terabyte hard drive. So,
Nice.
yeah.
And then the access to that is via USB or what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Steve doesn't have access to that, so if something did happen to me, he would have to come over here and raid the stash if he needed an old video for some reason. But I've got videos dating back to many years ago. A few of them got lost because of the way they were transcribed or something else, something weird happened. But I've got probably 99.99% of them. So
Now the stuff that's on YouTube,
yep.
who's responsible for backing up that stuff?
Well,
I mean, is that Google?
I would figure that Google backs up that stuff relatively routinely, but that's one reason why I kept all the videos.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, it would probably be a bit of a nightmare to go through the old videos and decide what needs to be re-uploaded and whatever. At one point, before, I'm not even real sure when it happened, but I was uploading the videos to my own personal YouTube account.
Okay.
I transferred those videos over to the club's account, but that was before we actually made a club account and all this other stuff. So I think in that particular process I lost a video or two. I think that's where the videos didn't quite make it back where they belonged. Several of the very early videos were just me with a camcorder recording. I mean, there was no streaming or anything. Everything all right?
Yeah, I was hearing something and I didn't know if it was in either you or Steve's background or it was in mine. And it turns out it was in mine. My daughter is doing something out there. I don't know what it is. So far, nothing has exploded.
Well,
But
that's always good.
yeah. Yeah.
But um,
So what did you have to do to set up a YouTube account?
basically, if you have a Gmail account, you already have a YouTube account.
Oh, okay.
Since
So,
Google owns YouTube, it's all one set of accounts. And yeah, you can sign into YouTube and upload a video.
Yeah,
okay.
But
And that automatically shows up in YouTube?
yeah,
yeah, unless you mark it as being private.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
can see how to upload things to my YouTube. I do not see how to upload them to ATC.
Hmm. I don't know. It's a different account. Um, let's see.
Well, Steve, do you have one for the Linux Cincinnati Linux group? What is it? CLUG.
Yeah, no, I don't. I I back up my own stuff and run it from my server, which currently isn't working right. So there's all that. If you ever want a copy of a video, I can give you access to it.
No, I was just what I'm exploring here, trying to understand is what is the process. I don't have a specific need. I just
So
wondered how it works.
so the reason that Leroy and I both show up as meeting presenter is because we're both sharing one Zoom login because
Okay.
it's cheaper that way. And we don't have conflicting calendar stuff, so that works out fine. Leroy's is set up so that it records locally and then converts. I've got mine set up, the Clug meeting, so that it records at Zoom, and they hold on to it for about 3 months. So when I have a meeting, when I close down, my computer doesn't need to process anything. And 15 minutes later, I get an email that it's been processed and it's ready for download. So I come home and download it and I push it off to my server. And after my server has had it up for 24 hours, I know that it's been backed up in a few places and I can remove it from the Zoom portal or whatever you want to call it.
So with the Zoom account, you get some storage space in the cloud.
Yes. Yeah, and a
Oh,
pretty fair amount too. Like
okay.
they'll hold on to 20 videos or so,
Okay.
maybe more. I mean, of course, I can always send them more money, and they'll hold on to more of them.
Yeah, yeah. I understand the concept. um, okay, that's interesting. So you have several independent entities involved here. One is Zoom, and the other is YouTube,
Yes.
and they only get shared if you decide you want to share them.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
Well, I don't see you in here now. I don't know what happened to you.
Me either. Mom's been wondering that for years.
I am I'm a little perplexed by that because I didn't change anything. It just oh, okay. I'm trying to log into the account again. Into the portal account, the user manager account. And now it sent me a text code because Google wants to know it's me. I don't have access to this page. I should have access to this page. Pretty sure I'm the owner. I'm gonna mess this all up. We're sorry, but you do not have access to this page. Okay. Am I not the owner anymore? What happened? Aha! Yes, it says you're a manager.
Okay.
I don't know how you
Manage?
manage. Or it doesn't tell me which email address we used either.
Oh, really?
It just says you are a manager.
And now I can switch account to Automation Technology Club. Ah. Okay. And I have a Manage Videos button.
Cool. Now, can you upload videos from there? You should be able to.
Yeah, up in the corner, create, upload videos, drag and drop.
Well,
Do you want me to send those directly?
up to you. Either way, I've got to download them to hold on to them. But
On that, round numbers, how much space are you taking up on that 8T drive?
There's some other videos and stuff on there. I'd say I'm probably closer to maybe 5 terabytes being used right now.
Do you want to co-locate that?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hi, Vicente.
Hi.
Hi there.
So you.
Apparently, you cannot log in with the brand account to monitor the brand account. I had to log in with the account that I used to create the brand account to see all that stuff. But the YouTube, the Automation Technology Club YouTube page is what they call a brand account, which means somebody else actually owns it. And we can change ownership of it easily without losing anything. So if something happened to me, we can make Steve the owner, or we can make Art the owner, or Vicente the owner. And I thought it was important enough when I set it up that at least one other person had access to it. So, and I'm pretty sure that since it's a brand account, that also means that Steve is a moderator for the groups, the Automation Technology Club group thing. I won't swear to that one though, but I'm pretty sure he is.
Weird. One video is 375 megs, and the other is almost twice that.
Yeah. I don't understand how Zoom compresses the video, because sometimes I get them that are 1 point some odd gig, and sometimes you get them where they're 500 megs. I don't understand what they do or how they're doing it. So if you upload the video, you will see a template that's already there, and all I do is add the date of when that video was actually recorded.
Is that the date that appears on YouTube?
Nope, that's the date of the video. So it'll say something like Automation Technology Club, June 25th.
Yeah.
Well, I actually uploaded that video on July 1st.
So it is the real time for the video as opposed to the time that you did the upload.
Yes, I think so. Whenever it's the date of whenever the meeting was. So July 20 or June 25th should have been a Thursday.
Okay.
And even on that one, I said late upload because I was a couple weeks late doing it or whatever. But the other one would be June 18th, which I know was a Thursday. That was uploaded June 19th. That was uploaded a day after the meeting. So that's just in the title of the meeting. It just to try to keep track of when these meetings were. And the oldest one that is on YouTube is from 2016. So that's June 29th, 2016. So 10 years.
So you haven't, before that you were not putting them on YouTube then?
Either I didn't have them, or early on it was kind of a mess because we weren't streaming anything. We tried streaming, we tried other things, and some of those videos are just horrible. I mean, the image quality is bad, the lighting's bad.
The audio sometimes.
the audio sometimes. Yeah.
Yes.
Um. So to answer the short answer is maybe. The long answer is that is probably when I started the Automation Technology Club channel and moved everything off of my channel. So that is probably somewhere in that neighborhood, and then you'll probably find videos that are dated weird. And some of these videos from early are like just of the demos. They're not of the entire meeting. They're just like, we brought a robot in and there's the demo of the robot.
So, what constitutes a channel?
I don't uploading what you're interested in. I think when you initially start, it asks what you want to call your channel. You know, you could call it anything really, as long as the name hasn't been taken by somebody else. So if you wanted to start a channel, you could just call it Arts Interest or the interesting things of art.
Okay.
So I maybe didn't do one part right.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do the ending thumbnail.
Oh, I don't mess with that
Okay,
stuff.
so it'll pull one out on its own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mess with that stuff. That's that's more work than what I want to do.
So, just for my information, what's the revenue model for YouTube?
Currently none.
Advertisement.
No.
Oh no, for individual channels or for YouTube?
Individual channels.
Okay, so you need, I think it's at least 1,000 subscribers, and then you need to upload a video like every other day. And it needs to be semi-relevant, and it needs to be something that advertisers will be willing to stick ads onto, and you get a small percentage, but you have to meet so many goals to do it.
So
So
the channel that we have or you have or whatever is Automation Technology Club, right?
right,
That's the identifier.
yeah,
So under that channel, there's a whole, well, it's I assume it's all the videos you've uploaded. So from YouTube's perspective, they get their revenue from,
putting ads on my videos.
okay. So it's kind of the same as the Facebook model.
Yeah,
You know, if they see fit to find your Facebook sufficiently interesting,
they'll
slap ads on them.
Well, and then YouTube does a little bit of profit sharing with you, but like I'm looking here at our page, you need it's showing data as of July 11th, which would be a few days ago. We have 25 subscribers. Yay! We need 500 to become monetized. I've uploaded 3 videos in the last 90 days, so I'm good there. I meet that particular criteria. And then one of the following has to also happen. You have to have 3,000 hours of people watching, or have 3 million public views of what they call the shorts.
What's a short?
The under a minute, those little quick
Oh, okay.
things. So basically what they're saying is Automation Technology Club meeting will never ever be monetized. It will never meet any part of it will never meet any part of their criteria. I have not had anywhere close. If you look at the analytics over time, I am surprised that there have been 14 public viewing hours of our thing in the last whatever. I mean, it is not a overly popular channel.
Okay.
And that's fine, because it's really there for us. It's not really there for a bunch of other stuff. But if I looked at... Alright, so about a year ago, YouTube changed the criteria for monetization, and they removed the monetization from my from my other channel. And when they did that, I said, well, if I'm not making anything from them, they're not going to make anything from me, so I removed all my videos from that other channel.
Okay.
I mean, it was a small protest, but it was a protest.
Okay.
But there, because I had 1,400 subscribers at the time, I needed to upload like 3 videos within like a week. Every couple of days I had to upload a video. And I just wasn't doing that because something had to interest me. I just can't make a video. You know, it's not like that. It never was a professional thing for me. If I got $100 every 6 months, I was happy. I could buy some microcontrollers. But yeah, they changed their monetization model. And I wasn't happy. I left the club mainly because, you know, it's not causing anybody any problem, and YouTube really isn't going to make any money off of it because the watch time is so small. So if they make a couple of pennies off of that, fine, whatever.
Interesting. Okay.
But it would be interesting one day if I woke up and I had 500 subscribers, because we just need to meet the 3,000 watch hours at that point. And maybe 500 subscribers could do that for us. I see the content. I see it. It's there. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I was going to show this just because. So this is the weather alert from NWS, National Weather Service. That's their API. And that is where I'm getting the quote of the day from. And I just heard something. Okay, I don't know what that was. And this is where I'm getting bad dad jokes.
Hey.
So what I ended up doing, and there has to be a better way to do this, but what I ended up doing is I set a timer of sorts up so that each message gets displayed for a certain amount of time before a new message gets sent to the sign. And that's with this here, so it's all done with counters. This is actually how to send messages to the sign. This is the format for getting the time to the sign. Now supposedly the signs all have a time clock built into them, but it's not a real time clock. It will lose time over a certain period. I haven't figured out how to program the clock in it though. So just grabbing the time from the NTP servers seems like the best way to do that. And then because it's on a microcontroller with a little screen, I'm displaying the time on the little screen as well. That's not being used really. And here is where we're getting the API, the weather alerts, and all the trial and error that I had to actually get the alert out of that mess of stuff that I showed you earlier. Ended up being this. So it's right now it's only grabbing one of the alerts, but I'm going to change that so it will grab all the alerts that I have. Send the alert, or send the message to the sign. And here the quote API is much simpler. I'm looking for a Q and I'm looking for an A. That will give you the quote and the author. It is a very simple API to use. Like, dirt simple. And the random joke is really the same. You have the setup for the joke and you have the punchline for the joke. So it's really looking for just two things out of that JSON string. Very, very, very simple to do. Of course, we're setting up all the Wi-Fi and all that here. The sign communicates at 9600 baud, and it's on the second serial port of the ESP32. And here's where I just increment my counters. And if my counter is higher than 15, it updates the time. That's for the time. If my weather counter is greater than 30, it updates the weather alert. If my quote time is greater than 40, or quote count is greater than 45, it updates the quote, and 60 for the random joke. And it resets the counters back. So these counters are going to be kind of all over the place at some point. That delay, I probably should remove that delay. That was left there for updating the clock, the time on the display of the stick C. So it's actually fairly simple. You just got to be able to phrase the JSON strings that you get, and display what you want to display out of those strings. So it's not horrible.
I think instead of use the delay, you better check the millis.
Yeah.
If they are a fraction of 1,000 or something, so the time will keep exactly all the time.
Yeah.
Because millis are changing.
Yeah, that delay shouldn't be there. It was just left over.
Okay.
You know how when you test stuff, you put stuff that you know better, but you're doing anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I know. Delay was a horrible idea, but
well, usually we do that to make the thing works, and later you will improve. But usually you lose interest and go to another project, and that's it. I understand perfectly.
oh, I don't. Yes, or you find these things when you're cleaning out the storage, and you go, "Oh yeah, I remember these."
This is an old thing, or is new, or whatever. The sign
The sign. I have had this sign
for
I
a long
know
time.
I know a good 10 years.
Okay.
I was basically doing the same thing that I'm doing with the ESP32. I was doing that with a computer and PHP code running, grabbing certain things from the APIs and whatever and displaying them up on this sign. Having a tiny little microcontroller that can sit there is far better than having a whole computer just to control one sign. See, I see another problem. This thing's been running pretty much since the start of the meeting, and the counts are starting to overlap each other a little bit, so stuff is not getting updated quite the way I want it to get updated. But I think as something that I was trying to make work, it's working okay-ish. The other thing that it currently is doing, the code currently grabs the same thing every single time, so it except for the time, it keeps track of the time by itself, but I don't need to grab the quote of the day each time because it doesn't change for 24 hours. And right now it's grabbing the quote of the day each time it updates the display. And I don't need to, well, the jokes change every time, but I don't need to grab a new joke every time. I could just display the same joke over and over again for 10 minutes or whatever. The only one that I actually need to check pretty much all the time would be for the weather alerts. Because a weather alert could change in a minute, or it could change in an hour, or it can never change. So there's definitely things that need to be improved, but it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. What are you working on, Mr. Vicente?
I was working in the laser, my laser, trying to do some fade plates. But something is wrong with the laser. I try to figure out, I adjust everything, clean everything, change the software, and doesn't work like it used to work. So finally, using AI, I was trying to figure out what's wrong. So the AI say that maybe the laser itself, the module, the replacement is like 150, but maybe also the controller, that is another 150. So for under 300, I just bought a new laser from Amazon. It will be delivered today, and it's the double power. It's the new model. I had the Ortur Master 2 or something. This is the Ortur Master 3. It's better in every aspect, and it's the double the power. So I decided just to buy another one. And I'm working trying to make stencils for the solder pads for surface mounts. I am trying to use paper, cardboard or something, but the cardboard is too thick, and it put a lot of past. So when you solder, there is a lot of bubbles, a lot of.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to Walmart for your prescription.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's art.
Yeah, but so finally I found the right thickness of the paper. It need to be black to have a very clean cut. So I was playing with that today. I also assembled the. Do you remember that I changed the? This is
Oh, yeah.
my ruler is this way. Okay. I changed the PCB and changed all the interface to the other side of the board. Made a new circuit and assembled it and works perfectly. Is this one?
Nice.
The new one. You see? And it's working, so no problems. Now the cable goes in the direction I
Yeah.
want.
Okay.
So that's okay. This the first one was to celebrate the 15. Celebrate the 50 anniversary. Okay,
Mm.
and this one is to celebrate.
It almost focused.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Okay, here, just a second. What's going on?
There.
50,
55.
Yeah,
Nice.
and that's it. Okay, my laser was. I am using the laser to do these fake plates,
Mm-hmm.
but the quality went down, so I'm buying a new laser. Don't know what happened with the focus.
Yeah, it's not focusing.
No.
What's the material on that? Is that
It's
paper or-
a double layer plastic. This is a silver layer, very thin, and ABS under. So you
okay.
can engrave the silver layer to show the letters, and then you cut around all the. But I trying to focus, but it's
Yeah.
very difficult.
Focusing on your beard.
It's
No
not
way.
it's not try it's trying, but yeah, it's
No
not
way.
really working.
No. Sorry. What else? A lot of stuff. I'm trying to my remote controller for the robot, the RC controller with the joysticks.
Mm-hmm.
All the batteries destroy the battery compartment, so it doesn't turn on. I will need to replace the batteries for a 12 volts power supply to make it work again. And that's it. Too much stuff. We are having a launch in 7 minutes. SpaceX
Oh.
we launched the Starship 13, Flight 13, in the down counter is 7 minutes now. We can share that. Let's wait 5 minutes before do that. So this is what I was working on.
I found out.
I also have a new duck.
You need a Jeep for your duck. I found out completely by accident that some microcontrollers at DigiKey are not subject to tariffs.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that?
I don't know. I'm not questioning it. I'm going to order some of them. I think they've got their thing set up wrong, but I'm not going to say anything about it. I don't want to pay extra if I don't have to. They even have a section, if you type in like ESP32 or whatever, and it brings a list up, they actually have a section that you can exclude anything that has a tariff. So you can just see the list that doesn't have the tariffs.
That's nice.
So they obviously know that there's some stuff that's not tariffed. But you said something and that reminded me of that, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yes.
What is
Another thing is the dog smell the ABS when I use and it goes to the basement. He never goes to the basement, but he smell the ABS and go there and stay there for hours because they suffer the smell of the plastic a lot.
yeah. Neat.
I'm
need some
installing.
vent.
No, I'm installing this cover, with
Okay.
a hose, but I didn't finish it yet. I need to put in the window a board with a hole to put the hose through the hole, because if I keep the window open, the smell comes back to the room. 4 minutes for the launch.
Are you
I have this link. You can use it if you want.
do
to
what?
share this YouTube link.
Okay.
This is Felix. It's nice. You can share I have 2 screens, so I have the launch in this screen.
That's exciting. We also would like to perform a Raptor in-space relight as well.
That's right. And actually on the screen now, you're seeing an awesome view of our pad and the clouds that you're seeing coming off of our fuel tank farm, all now being used for its second time here for Flight 13.
Topping up the tanks.
All right, so
2
we're
minutes,
through
50
the
seconds.
3-minute mark. So we should be closing out prop load on the booster any second now, and then the closeouts on the ship will come just a little bit after that. Again, we're looking a little over 11.5 million pounds of propellant on both of these vehicles. We are not currently tracking any holds on the board, which is always good news. Reminder, we have that built-in hold at T-minus 1 minute. We're only going to stop there if we run into an issue where we need a couple of minutes to hang out. But right now we have no holds on the board. So a lot on deck for Starship second flight, Starship version 3, Booster version 3, Raptor 3. I'm going to get off the pad here in 2 minutes.
Let's do it. Oh man, this is beautiful. Every time it happens. They're just topping up the tanks now, and then everything should be ready. We gotta wait out for a 60
So we are
second hold.
closing the fill drain valves for both vehicles. So we have finished out our propellant loading.
Yep.
33 Raptor engines right there at the bottom of the booster, getting ready to light up. Final wiggle checks happening now. You can see those inner 13 engines moving.
Let's go.
Those are the ones that Super Heavy is going to be using to steer, do all its maneuvers. I just got through those. Okay, so we are 1 minute, 20 seconds away, counting down. We're going to
Get rid of the
listen
countdown.
in. Again, not tracking the hold, so we should move right past T-minus 1 minute. We recycle back to it. We'll figure out why, and then we'll continue counting down. So let's go. T-minus 1 minute. Let's listen in. Let the rocket do the talking. See if we get a Starship off the pad today.
Let's do this. Okay, so we're in the 1 minute hold now.
We did trigger a hold.
What happens? Thank you, everybody.
You can expand the image in the corner.
We've got a
Yeah,
couple of checkouts that are going to
There.
have the vehicle and the pad that
Same
we've got
thing.
cleared. A lot of it's tied to essentially the different
There.
pressures that are in the systems that are feeding prop into the vehicles. Looks like we are getting ready to reset that full set. And buckets right.
Like the stream if you haven't done so yet. Thank you so much for joining us. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the
Hush,
show.
Felix. Hush, Felix.
This is traditionally the moment when I lose everything. We are progressing. Everything is looking on. That plane over there is going to get the show of its life. So, come on, everybody. 17 seconds, the plane diverted is on. It goes. Okay, 7 seconds. All right.
Order.
Four.
What happened?
That wasn't a blow. That wasn't a blow. That wasn't a board.
And we did trigger a hold right at startup there. You saw we got a hold on the booster.
I had an ignition though. We had a short ignition.
So stick with us for a second.
That is likely a scrub. That is likely a scrub. I definitely
Did trigger
saw
a
some
hold
sort
on
of
the
ignition.
booster that aborted our liftoff as we were starting to light those Raptor engines. As a reminder, since we already turned the diverter on, we are going to be scrubbed for the day. The team's already starting to pull for offload of both vehicles, so starting to get the prop off. We'll take a little bit of time to look into what triggered that abort. Usually we'll take some data review for all of our teams. But again, we did abort on the startup of the booster. So we weren't tracking any holds moving
False alarm.
into those final seconds into that final minute. But that is going to be a scrub for the day. For the teams now moving into commodity offload, we're going to take the methane and the oxygen off of both Starship and Super Heavy.
So they aborted.
Every time.
Yeah.
So not the end result you're looking for, but we've got vehicle there still on the pad.
We can hear your screen there, Vicente.
Once the booster was igniting to launch, and then we'll figure out what our path forward is going to be. Again, if you're just jumping in, we're not going to be launching today. We got all the way down to startup, triggered a hold on the booster, and that shut down the engines right as they were starting to ignite.
I never saw that the launch stopped at
this
0.
When we get into offload, we're going to get all the methane, all the oxygen off the
Something
vehicle,
was.
and then we'll figure out next steps. So
We can still hear your screen though.
we'll dig in with the teams, figure out what happened, and figure out when our next attempt is going to be.
I'm pretty sure it's Vicente.
Updated as well. So we'll dig into what.
Oh, it's not Vicente.
When we're going to be able to try again. On X at SpaceX.
Who am I hearing?
There as soon as more information becomes available, and when we can.
Is it Mike?
So,
Me?
Thanks for tuning in today.
I don't think so.
We'll be back real soon for another attempt to get Starship off the pad. Thanks, everybody.
No worries. Thank you so much. Okay, let's switch back to our cameras real quick. So we had a problem. Just to recap this, it's an unknown.
I don't
Are
know.
hearing voices or what? What happened?
It is Mike. I muted Mike and it disappeared.
Okay.
I don't know. I muted random people.
Bringing it back out.
It is you, Mike.
But if that is,
I don't know how or why, because I was watching what you guys presented to me.
And you still are.
Of course, we'll keep you updated as much as I can, as much as we can.
Do you have a YouTube open somewhere?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Give us that quick like and subscribe to the channel if you can, if you want to, if you appreciate what we're doing here. That is all the
That was it.
Maybe.
Strange.
All of a sudden, I had YouTube very low on my screen, and then I heard what I thought was Vicente's, and then I heard a third one come in, and I'm like, where am I hearing this a bunch of times? And they were all just slightly behind each other. It was like a big echo.
What are you drinking?
I'm sorry. I thought I was watching what you guys were presenting. I had no idea what I was responsible for that. When I was in high school, I got the opportunity to see Jeanette Picard. She went up with her husband. The two brothers had the bathyscaphe that went into the deep parts of the ocean and the stratoscaphe that went up into the upper atmosphere. She was part of the mission that went up into the stratoscaphe. And she was quite an accomplished scientist on her own. She had video of the launch that was silent film, but she was narrating it. And so you could see in the film that she was saying, she's leaning out the window in the the stratoscaphe, and the balloon is carrying it. It's going to hit the hill. It's going to be dragged over. She's leaning out the window, and you can see the image of her doing it, and you can hear from her microphone, she's saying, "Throw it up, throw it up, throw it up." And all the crowd goes over and they grab the bottom of this thing and they throw it up in the air. And they manage just to clear the hill as it takes off. And she went on to talk about, they knew that they were going to get into high solar loads as they went up, and they were trying to figure out how to paint the stratoscaphe. What portion would have to be painted black and what portion would be painted white. And they figured out the percentage, and they established it was something like 30% black and 70% white. And then they were trying to figure out the pattern that they were going to paint it on, polka dots or stripes. And she relayed that we decided to paint the bottom black and the white at the top so we could have warm feet and cool heads. I don't think I'd have the poise to do it.
Do what? Sorry, I thought I heard something.
It wasn't me.
I'm going nuts. I'm going nuts.
Oh my God.
You got anything going on, Mike?
Found in the dumpster a number of fishing tackle boxes, but they were missing all the dividers. So I decided I would chuck up a dovetail bit and mill a bunch of dividers. So I manufactured today about 75 little bitty dividers to put in there. And the bottom was rounded so it would mesh the radius of the container.
Okay.
And I did something that was rather scary. I had a handheld trim router, and I slid the individual pieces into the turning blade. I anticipated which direction it was turning so that if it grabbed the piece, it would throw it away from me. It wouldn't pull my hand into anything. And it's like, yeah, I can do that. After the first 50 or so, it got to be a little less hairy.
You know better than that.
I know better. I know to anticipate the hazards that can be presented.
Yes, you're the safety guy. You know better than that.
Didn't have anything to do with radiation or dust fumes.
Okay, fine. I'm not ready to lose anybody else yet, though. So don't do that.
I did a finger count.
So what's next week?
I don't know. we are virtual again next week, and I don't know what we actually have on the agenda. Probably more of this. Maybe SpaceX will try to take off again next week. Try again. Yeah, I've never seen them get down to zero and just stop. That's kind of interesting.
Well, I thought they ignited the engines, and I'm assuming at that point they noticed something's not right.
Shut down.
I'm just impressed they can turn them off that quick.
Yeah. Wow.
They turned the engines off quicker than I turned the audio off.
Yeah. I wonder if that is, oh, we're a public company now. We can't keep losing money. Can't keep blowing stuff up. Gotta answer to people now. But, yeah, that was kind of interesting. They do a lot of stuff that's kind of interesting. So,
Well, I'm impressed that they have a culture that would rather suffer the humiliation of a dozen failed lifts off than to have one disaster.
wow. I was thinking about something like that the other day. There was a cop who was helping a semi truck driver do something, and this guy was actually laying out in the road, and the cop had his car kind of sitting around him, and I thought, well, I guess if they hit the car, it's better than losing the life of the guy laying on the ground. Even though the car is probably an expensive car, it probably is still cheaper than anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alright, well, it's going on 7. So, unless somebody's got something else, I guess I will see everybody next week.
So what's for dinner?
Mac and cheese, I think.
Okay.
We went to Skyline for lunch, so I don't think we're going out to eat again. And we have to grocery shop, and we usually do that on Fridays. So there's very little actually left in the house. So I think it's mac and cheese.
Okay.
So I will
Enjoy.
I will try. I will see everybody
Bye.
next week.
Nice to see you all.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.